Howdy YouTube, it's your best friend Coach here again. Last week I went 2-2 with tri-brigade Lurlisk. Still got 8th place out of about 16 people. It's not too bad. Hopefully this will be the last just deck profile I do in a while and get some more content soon. So let's begin. For the tri-brigade package we start with 1 Kiras. This is searchable with numerous ways. It's just a good start, there's no need to play more than one. 2 kits, they're Foolish Burial. To continue our combo and fill up the grave for our link plays. Triple Fractal, best starter for the tri-brigade engine, because you send this, you send kit, you send the next card, and then we get this. So yeah, and then we got the setup for potentially 2 or 3 links. And the best tri-brigade in this deck, because it's Lurlisk, is Neverall, because it can search a tri-brigade when it's to the grave, so that's a good extender. And it's level 1 winged beast, so it synergizes perfectly with the rest of the Lurlisk cards. We can search this out of a couple of pieces, we can use it to make our XCs if necessary. It's just a damn good card. And that's the tri-brigade monsters. For our Lurlisk, we start things off with triple Wobbler. This is a really good card to open with, because if your field's empty you can summon this and another Lurlisk, so by itself it's a 1 card XC at minimum. Complementing that we have the best of the Lurlisks in my opinion in Cobalt Sparrow. This card lets us add a winged beast from deck to hand when it's summoned. So you can get another Lurlisk, you can get Neverall, and I'll show you something else you can get if you've already got your combo going. Next up in our Lurlisks we have double Sapphire Swallow. This is the second best way to start our combos other than Wobbler, because when Sparrow is summoned it can summon another Lurlisk with itself, meaning that I guess is the way to get Cobalt Sparrow on the board. Also, all the Lurlisks give effects when they're used as material. This one lets us summon monsters from the graveyard, extending our combos. Finally, next we have double Canary, and finishing it off we have 1 Wagtail. Now we play 1 Wagtail because it doesn't actually extend us, it just adds a spell trap to our hand, so it's not bad, but we can get it easily and it can be a brick if you open it by itself. Canary is graveyard recursion. Basically, you don't want to play this first, you want to start your combo off with the 2 I've mentioned, and then bring one of them back with this to make another rank 1. That's the Lurlisks. Now for the hand traps, 1 Crow. This is, you don't even want, what's really cool about this deck is, because of the fact that most Lurlisks only search winged beasts, not just themselves, you don't need to play more than 1 Crow, because you can just search it when you need to. This card has become less good, I think, in my meta at least, because no one's actually playing Splight and 2 Elementals, thank God. And there's less DPs running about, so 1's enough. Triple Veiler to block starters like Stratos in the hero deck, Torgo from the Underworld in various decks, etc. Triple Impermanence, sim of a Veiler, but it also gives you another negate once your board's set up, if you're going first. And triple Ash, because stopping searching when it will not be good. And nothing more to say about that card. So that's our monsters and our hand traps. For our spells, 2 Tenki. Put it simply, there's just 2 more fractals. They can search. I think fractals are the thing they can search. But basically, this gives us a much more, a much stronger chance of opening up our tri-brigade plays. The best spell on the deck, triple Bird Call. One of the best searches in the game. It lets you search not a Lurlisk and then summon another one to start your combos off. It's pretty good. And we don't need to run Dark Ruler because we have a searchable Dark Ruler no more in Lurlisk Bird Strike. Yeah, when played, it negates all of monster fights in your opponent's field for the turn. It's literally just a searchable Dark Ruler no more. Now, yes, it can be interacted with, unlike Dark Ruler no more. But hey, if they want to blow a negate on this, fine by me. Double Desires, hopefully that'll come up to 3 in the next list. It's just more card draw, and with a deck full of 3 ofs, you're rarely going to get burned by the downside. 1 for 1 and Monster Reborn. Just good staples. I mean, this could get any Laurel list pretty much. And this, and with a deck that filters grade as fast as we do, this is just an extra extender. And for our only trap that's not in permanence, we have Tri-Brigade Revolt. This is a good comeback card that lets us bring back Tri-Brigade monsters from the graveyard and then immediately make a link. So we can use this to make this card, the Omen, because having a way to buy action monster on your opponent's turn is really good disruption. And that's the main deck, so let's go into the extra deck now. We start off with 2 copies of Baron Blossom, which one of these should be an Almirage if I don't have one yet. This is just a decent rank 2 to go into. It gives us card filtering and helps us climb up the ranks. Copy of, sorry, I keep forgetting these guys' names. Rampager. This card lets us fix dead cards in our hand and get more extended to female combos. Similarly, we have Ancient Warriors. This can be both an extender and a disruption. Moving on to level 3, we have the Silver Sleeper. Need to pronounce it. This card again lets us special summon another monster to try on our combos. It also can reduce monster attack by 300 when it's destroyed. Doesn't come up often, but occasionally you might want it for extra beatdown. And the big man of our deck is the ominous Omen. This is a banish when it's summoned, and when it's sent to the graveyard, we can bring back banished tri-brigade monsters to refill our hand for next turn. Going second, this is one of my first plays you can make. And our other rank 4 is Appaloosa, because going first, this is 2 to 3 negates, along with whatever else we can set up, so that's a pretty powerful board and can be hard to break through. And that's all our links. Going to the XCs. For the Laurel lists, we have 1 Ensemble Robin, 1 Nightingale, and 1 Recital Starling. Starling is just a good extender. It can detach material to get any Laurels to our hand, so just carry on with our plays. I'll talk about this in a second. And Robin's one of our end board cards. As you're often going to make this with 3 material, you can use its effect to bounce up to 3 special summon monsters to opponent's hands. That's 3 disruptions minimum. So with this, it's used mostly to bring out Divine Arsenal Zeus, because you can attach material from this card and it will not be destroyed by battle when attacking. So you can make this, swing at your opponent, then just overlay into Zeus. You can actually play damage in this deck to make Zeus even bigger if you want, but you don't need to. So yeah, this is mostly going to be our strategy going second with this and Omen. For other level 1, we have Princess Sprite. It's a way to find our spells, and it fills up our grave with tri-brigade potentially. Finally, we have the Draco Future package with Utility Future and Draco Future. This is a negate, it's untargetable, and it can't be destroyed. This, Appaloosa, great. All this and the lower risk monster, great turn 1 board. Yeah, that's the main deck. 43 cards. Now let's look at the side deck. More hand traps. We've got triple Droll Knockbird and triple Nibiru. Now Droll Knockbird again comes in against the combo matchups because stopping your opponent from drawing more pieces of their combo can often be enough to break it. And of course the Rock uses to smash through boards when they start building them. Now, well, Nibiru isn't as good as it used to be because oftentimes Splice can get to a negate before they have enough summons to drop this. But like I said, in my local meta, no one is playing Splice right now. So for things like Heroes, Thunder Dragons, etc., this card can be really good. Double Mystic Mine. This is for going second. We don't necessarily make that many monsters, so this can be a decent way to break a board. Although I didn't actually say what they're saying, but it can come up sometimes. 1 Fall by the Grave for hand traps and for the graveyard focus decks. Twin Twisters, because Mystic Mine is still a pain in the ass. And finally, Dimensional Barrier. There's a Shadol deck, there's a branded deck, there is an Xyz based deck in my meta, so this basically shuts all of those down. This is probably the best card in my starter guide, in my locals, I'd say. Went to it, I think, 3 times in the event, something like that. So yeah, that was my bird up deck, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, hopefully.